Okay, I'm doing this video now on factoring. That's one of the things that you had talked about. Please let me know if there's anything you have questions on, or if you want me to find any videos on YouTube that are not mine. I understand sometimes people don't, it doesn't make sense how people explain it. So please let me know. I did share with you some videos of another lady. She seemed very organized with her thoughts and explained it pretty good on the U substitution. I can gladly do another video if you need me to, or walk through one or two of those examples if you need me to. Just let me know. All right, so factoring. Whenever they want you to factor, always start with GCF, okay? That's greatest common factor. And we're going to look at each one of these in just a minute. And then after you do GCF, then you're going to look and decide how many terms you have, okay? If you have two terms, you got choices. Sum and difference of cubes, and don't worry about all these words. I'm going to do a video on each one. And difference of squares. Okay, those are your options after you do GCF. Always start with GCF. If you have three terms, you're going to do housetop. I know that's a weird word, but I've made a video already on housetop. I'm going to share it with you shortly, okay? And then if it's four terms, you're usually going to look at grouping, okay? Sometimes you might have to complete the square in order to factor. There's all kinds of really specific ones, but those are usually your go-to, okay? So right now, I just want to focus on going over GCF in this video. And then I've already done a video on housetop. I'll do videos on these with two terms and a video on four terms, and I'll share all that out to you once it all uploads. It usually takes anywhere from 35 to 60 some minutes, depending on the length of the video. The longer it is, the longer it takes to upload, so I apologize about any delay. All right, so factoring, GCF. All right, so let's say, I'm just going to make up something crazy, okay? Don't worry, we're just practicing GCF right now. X squared y minus 15xyz, okay? Now, what I tell people to do, if GCF doesn't make sense to you, some people can see it and they can pull it out, bam, like that. But what I have them do is rewrite it in smaller numbers, in smaller letters, and like write it out. Okay, so for example, 25 is the same as 5 times 5, right? Okay, that's the prime numbers there. And x squared is the same as x times x, right? And y is just y. Okay, then I come over here. 15, I can break that down into 5 times 3. Those are prime numbers. And then I've got an x and a y and a z. Now, I'm going to look at this and I'm going to say, what does that term have in common with that term? The first thing I should notice is those 5s, okay? That one has a 5 and that one has a 5. So I'm going to circle the 5s. 1 5 here, 1 5 here. Now, this one has another 5, but this one doesn't, so I can't circle it. This one has a 3, but this one doesn't, so I can't circle it. They both have to have it. And the only other things that I can notice is I got some variables in common, okay? I've got an x here, and that matches with this x here, okay? I've got another x here, but I don't have anything here, so I can't circle it. And then I have a y and a y, so I'm going to circle that, okay? So that tells me, and there's a z here, no z there, right? So I'm going to bring 5xy to the outside, because that's what they have in common. 5xy. Now, on the inside, I'm left with 5x minus 3z. Whatever's not circled gets left on the inside. Kind of like when we did the simplest radical. Whatever didn't get circled, whatever pairs didn't get circled, stayed on the inside. Same concept, okay? This kind of helps people. Some people are real good, and I don't know where you are. Some people can look at this and say, oh, I know 5 will go into both of those, so I'm going to pile a 5. They both have 1x, and they both have a y, and that leaves me with 5x minus 3z. And if you can do that, awesome. But if you struggled with that, that's the best way to do GCF. I hope that helps.